Hey, happy Thursday, y'all. Happy 11th day of our 12 deals of Christmas. Today's deal is our Let's Get Cozy bundle. And it is a really great cream colored cashmere scarf. I don't think it's actually cashmere, but it feels like it. As well as some adorable festive red and white socks and a really nice pair of red cozy gloves. These gloves, I don't have any up here because I'm baking, but they are fur lined. They are super soft and really comfortable and warm. So it is a $20 set. It's regular $30, on sale for $20 for our 12 deals of Christmas. It's a really great gift bundle. It's great to give to those people in your lives that you aren't sure what to give to. So it's a fabulous, fabulous deal, and it's just a really fun set that most people are going to absolutely love. We're going to make my sweetened condensed snowballs. So I am just getting started with my baking. I won't do it all at once. I'll kind of spread it out and do one, a day or one every other day or something like that. And I'll finish next week probably. But today we're doing my sweetened condensed milk snowball cookies. These are probably my favorite of all the things that I make. They are similar to a sugar cookie, so kind of the similar idea of a sugar cookie, but different from a sugar cookie. The texture is definitely different, and I think that's one thing I love about this recipe is the texture of these cookies is smooth and creamy and just luscious. They're amazing. They're just so yummy. It's also probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest recipe on my list of recipes for Christmas this year. So that's why I decided to tackle it first, also because I'm really ready to sink my teeth into some, okay? Because they're so, so good. And it's a very simple recipe. I will be sure to share the recipe with y'all. The recipe is from Lord Byron's Kitchen. So it's not my recipe. None of these recipes, in fact, are my recipe. But this is become one of my favorites, and I will make these every single year for years to come, I'm sure. So let's see here. Who's watching? Say hey. Let me know you're watching. Hi, Danae. Thank you so much. Hey, Pam. Hey, Ruby. Thanks for sprinkling and celebrating. Hey, Dale. Hi, Jerry. Good afternoon. Hi, Lori. Hey, Diane. Hey, Chrissy. Good to see you. Hi, Teresa. Thank you so much. I am good. Jerry says she's working on Christmas orders. I'm so glad you could join. Hey, Annie, good to see you, girlfriend. Hi, Connie. Hello, hello. Have you all started your Christmas baking yet? Y'all, it is December the 11th. It is so hard to believe that we're exactly 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from Christmas. It is insane and hard to believe. So I'm sure a lot of y'all have already began your Christmas baking. And so I'm finally starting today. All right. Now this recipe here, it says it yields 22 cookies. We'll see. I don't remember if it does or not, but I'm tripling the recipe. All right. So I'm going to triple the recipe. I probably could quadruple the recipe, but I'm just going to triple it. And it's a very simple recipe. So you've got a cup of butter, a half a cup of sweetened condensed milk, which is what makes it amazing. I love sweetened condensed milk. 2 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half a cup of confectioner sugar. Okay? And the confectioner sugar actually just goes on the outside. All right? It doesn't even go in the cookies. So here we go. So I have got then 6 sticks of butter because I'm tripling the recipe. So we need 3 cups of butter. So I'm going to start by getting my butter in. Now this butter is somewhat soft. I never remember to get the butter out ahead of time. So I did microwave this butter for a little bit. I just do like short intervals until it feels soft. You know, I don't do it for very long because I don't want it to melt, but I'll just do like 10 seconds at a time until it's soft. Yay, Jennifer. Do you like these, Allison? You've made these before? I know I've shared the recipe with y'all because I have made them several years now. And I'm using unsalted butter. The recipe doesn't specify, but I am using unsalted butter. The recipe also does not call for salt. I will probably add a little. It also, it's one of those recipes that you can adjust as well. So like you can add things to it. Like you could do pecans, you could do chocolate chips, you could add coconut, like you could add whatever you wanted to the cookies. But I chose to just do, I like to keep it simple. So I'm gonna go on and just give my butter a whirl to make sure that it's really good and soft. Oh, fun, Allison. I haven't tried the hot glass over the stick of butter trick, but the microwave works perfectly and it's probably faster. We are making my sweetened condensed milk snowballs, Dee Dee. Time has flown. It sure has, Connie. Lori just got done doing some baking. Bring this up a little bit. Okay. All right. I'm just going to scrape it down. Also, I have my oven preheated to 320 degrees. And I've got 2 sheet trays over here with parchment paper. Now, that's not really necessary, but whenever I'm doing my Christmas cookies, I will use parchment paper because that way I don't have to clean the pans in between each batch. I can just replace the parchment paper. And if I'm doing the same batch, I don't replace the parchment paper. I'll just reuse the same parchment. All right, just want to make sure this is good and soft and smooth. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. Jalapeno canned milk. I wonder what you would use that for. Maybe for queso? Okay. All right, that looks good. So our butter is soft, it's whipped up. So now we're gonna add the next ingredient, which is our sweetened condensed milk. Lots of butter, which is why these cookies are so delicious. One reason why. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of sweetened condensed milk for one batch. I'm doing 3 batches, so we're gonna do 1½ cups of sweetened condensed milk. Let me grab my measuring cup. Still want to grab the bigger one. Which, by the way, like, I mean, this one, I've never seen a Pyrex do that like that before, but it's all of the writings come off on the bottom part of it. Okay. It's all just butter, Jerry. It's 6 sticks of butter. We need 3 cups of butter because we're doing 3 batches. 1 batch calls for 1 cup. I love this stuff. I could eat it with a spoon. Truly. So I know I'm going to need at least 1 can. I don't know if 1 can is enough or not. It's not quite enough. Looks like we've got 1 1/4. Well, that sucks. Oh, that'll be fun, Jesslyn. He'll love that, won't he? Okay. Let's get a little bit more in here for 1 1/2 cups. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pour this into my mixer. Yum, yum. That looks so yummy. That's so fun. Okay. So now we're going to mix up the sweetened condensed milk and the butter together. Which, oh my goodness. Spread that on a biscuit. That would be amazing. It looks fabulous already. Okay, I'm going to add some vanilla. This is not on the recipe. But you can add, and he even says this on the recipe. Maybe it's not here, but it's somewhere on this website that talks about how you can add. Okay, here it is. If adding an extract for flavoring, add it now. And then it may say somewhere else about adding additives, like if you wanted to add in your chocolate chips or your pecans or whatever it is. I'm just eyeballing that. All right, I'm going to scrape down the sides. I won't tell Teresa. Is it, Jerry? Okay. So, now, it says to beat it for a while. It says to beat it for 10 minutes. Or not 10 minutes, sorry. That would be a long time. For 2 minutes. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and beat again for another minute or 2. I don't know why it needs to beat for that long, but anyways. Am I missing part of this? I feel like I must be missing part of this. Right down the sides of the bowl and beat again for another minute or two. I'm definitely missing some of this. Well, I'm missing part of it. So we're just gonna go with it. I'm missing part of the recipe. Apparently there were 3 sheets, and I only have 2 sheets. There you go. All right, so we're gonna need 6 cups of flour. Because the regular recipe for 1 batch calls for 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna get a butter knife. Thanks for celebrating, Dawn. Maybe you beat it for a longer time so that it stays well combined, because the butter does kind of start to separate a little bit, but as it's continued to mix, it's gotten really nice and fluffy and it's not separated anymore. So maybe that's why. But it is really beautiful, fluffy, gorgeous. Okay. So I'm going to add the flour in batches. I'm going to do 2 cups at a time. Y'all help me keep count. Okay. Angie, it is a scarf, a pair of beautiful gloves, and a really adorable pair of socks. That's red, and the socks are red and white. They're striped. I don't have it memorized, but I've got it right here. And I have the ingredients. So, I mean, I can pretty much guess how it's supposed to go, you know what I mean? Because of the ingredients. Most cookies work the same. All right, so let's add in more flour. So this is 4 cups. Making a mess since I added so much extra. No, it's not printed on the front and back. Okay. 2 more cups. And that will be 6. 6 cups of flour. Angie, go to the celebrationco.com and then you can click on 12 deals of Christmas, and it is right there. So our Let's Get Cozy bundle is regular $29.99, but during 12 deals of Christmas, we're offering it for $19.99. It's an amazing gift, and y'all, if you order it now, you should still get it before Christmas. We'll be shipping out on Monday, so you should still be able to get things before Christmas. Big batch we got here. Oh my goodness, I am ready to dig into this. Okay, y'all, I did forget real quick that we need baking powder before I scrape the pan. So we need 3 teaspoons of baking powder, so we need 9 teaspoons of baking powder. Awesome, Angie. Well, you are not far. Yeah, you're probably right, Dawn. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 teaspoons of baking powder. Notice this recipe does not have any eggs in it. Okay, and I'm going to scrape the sides. It's looking good. It's looking like it's supposed to. You know, I didn't add any salt. I'm glad I didn't do 4 batches because I'm not sure 4 batches would have fit in my mixer. Lori, these are called sweetened condensed milk snowball cookies. Trying to get down here to the bottom. Get some of this off the bottom. And we're going to give it one little more mix, and then I'll finish mixing by hand if I need to. It's a full mixer. All right. Let's get it out. All this extra off of my beater. Okay, I'm gonna get a bigger spatula so I can get down in there a little easier. I really want to eat this batter or this dough. I usually will mix by hand just to make sure that it's not over mixed and try and get some of that that's in the bottom because there's still a lot in the bottom, but it's hard to make sure it's not over mixed, especially when you got all of this. A lot still in the bottom that didn't get mixed in. It is a nice thick dough. Patty, I'm about 4.5 hours from Gatlinburg. I was just there actually, Patty, a few weeks ago for a football tournament. All right, I think I'm just gonna go with it. Jerry, nothing. You just have tough cookies. That's all. Okay. So then you'll just take your cookie sheet, and I just use a big scoop and I scoop them out, and I don't do anything else to them. So you just are gonna literally scoop it, and you leave it in ball form. And these do not change shape very much. They're gonna flatten just a little. I just sort of will rub it up against and then scoop it on to my cookie sheet. And so I'm just gonna do this for all my cookies. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. So good. And we're gonna bake these for about 12 minutes or so. And then when they come out of the oven, you're gonna dust them with powdered sugar. So let's see, the recipe says cool slightly for about 5 minutes, and then transfer them to a wire cooling rack, and then use a sifter to dust them in powdered sugar. Okay, I usually end up dusting them about 2 times probably, because I feel like the powdered sugar sort of disappears on the hot cookies. So I'll do it twice usually. That way they're good and coated, and that's what makes them look like a little snowball. But they keep this texture, you know how the texture is from the scoop? They sort of keep that texture a little bit. And so they really do sort of resemble a snowball. So I'm just gonna keep on scooping away. And I'll bake these for about 12 minutes. It says bake for 12 minutes at 320 degrees. And then remove from the oven and leave to cool slightly for about 5 minutes, and then transfer to a wired baking sheet or cooling rack. And I will post the recipe. I will post a picture of these when I'm done and share that with y'all, and then I'll share the link for the recipe. Again, this is not my recipe, but it's Lord Byron's Kitchen, and it is sweetened condensed milk snowballs. And if you Googled that, you would probably find it. Yeah, no eggs, I know. Isn't that crazy? It's all that baking powder in there. So I've got on here, let's see, 15 on one baking sheet. You do have to have a good scoop, by the way. This is a Pampered Chef scoop. If you don't have a good scoop, you're probably going to break your scoop, because they're tough. It's a hefty dough, But there's one scooped out. Look how awesome those look. And I'll bake 2 at a time, 2 trays at a time. They don't spread very much, no. They will keep a lot of their height. So they will flatten just a little bit, but not a lot. I've never added nuts, Lisa, because I don't like nuts in my baked goods, ever, unless it is pecan pie or these crackers that I make. Otherwise, I do not like nuts in my baked goods. But you could add nuts, you could add chocolate chips, you could add coconut, you could add a different kind of flavoring. You could do citrus zest in here. That would be really good. Like, you could do so many different things. So just, you know, you can have fun with it and be creative if you're not into something basic like this. But to me, it's like the most amazing sugar cookie. And sugar cookies are definitely my top two on cookies. Chocolate chip and sugar are probably tied. It just depends. I love them both. I'm pretty basic on cookies. All right, y'all. So I'm going to let you go. Make sure you check out our Let's Get Cozy bundle. Like I said, the gloves are fabulous. They are fleece lined, like almost fur lined on the inside. And they are red, sweatery like material on the outside. So they're super soft and comfortable and warm. The socks are adorable. They are red and white striped socks. And then the scarf is a beautiful white, soft scarf that's gorgeous. And it's $20 for the bundle, which is amazing. That's such a great price, y'all. I mean, I could see those gloves costing $20 alone. So check that out, y'all. If you haven't grabbed anything from our 12 deals of Christmas, make sure you check out all the deals. Most of them are still available if they haven't sold out. And there are some really great ones. Yesterday, Griffin and I went live and we got a new kids bundle that you can grab for your kiddos, and your kiddos can make a Christmas tree ornament, which is absolutely adorable. Jeslyn, that would be perfect for you and your kiddos to do. So anyways, make sure y'all check that out. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Jerry, almond, if you like almond flavoring, absolutely. I think that would work really well in here. I don't particularly love almond flavoring. So I wouldn't like it, but I think that would work well in here, yes. All right, y'all. Have a fabulous evening. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.